So one of the things I've encountered in my years of styling hair is this laissez-faire attitude around just kind of, pulling the front of your hair back. If you're trying to grow your bangs out, or you just enjoy a longer front of your hairstyle, maybe it balances your face better that way, or you like to have the length up front. There's a lot of interesting ways that we can pull that hair back when necessary, and not just kind of slick it back really tight, or just kind of grab and pull and stick a bobby pin in. These types of things, it can just take a little bit of extra time, and sometimes it's fun to just play with a couple of new ideas. So here's a fun one I have for the fall, winter, and it's also really good for the beach. And again, you can play with your own type of a scarf. But what we want to do is kind of really loosely grab the front of the hair just along the recession of the forehead area on both sides. And then I'm going to really gently lift that hair up and back, and then slip it and slide it over to one side. So I've taken almost that whole front section of hair, very gently pulled it back, pushed it over to one side. Now that's going to give us a little bit of volume and a little bit of something to help us create balance with our finished look. So then what I'm doing is I'm taking the scarf and I am running it right behind the ear. So I'm laying the scarf down along the cheekbone, and then I'm sliding it back till it pops behind the ear. So I rest the scarf over the top to hold my front side swept fringe back, and then I lay the scarf over that to hold it in place, run the scarf along the cheekbone, and that'll help pull all of those side hairs backwards and pop it over the ear and put it in place. And then from here it's pretty simple. I want to wrap this down around under her occipital bone, just along the hairline along the back of her neck. Yep, just kind of where the occipital bone and the neck start. I'm gonna pull this again. I don't need to lock her down for the night. I'm just gonna pull this in enough to hold the hair in place. I want to make sure that it's comfortable and wearable all day long. I don't need to, not sometimes too tight. People say, "Oh, my follicles hurt," and I get these, these funny comments. So just going to pull this down to hold the hair in place. Again, I'm not concerned yet about my finished look. I just want to get the scarf in place along with that, that front pulled back and moved over. So I'm going to put a nice long bow in this, so that we get some accent to the back. And so this should stay in very well, because we have this nice flat surface all the way across the top of the head, runs down behind the ears, and it kind of locks in underneath the occipital bone. Put in our nice bow. We have our nice front, which has been kind of pulled up and then moved over, and we can now tweak all of these little nuances as we go through and finish our look. So I want to make sure that front piece is like one solid kind of a soft wave in the front, and then I want to make sure that these back hairs really kind of accentuate the scarf and the overall look of the hair. Don't be afraid to really kick it up there and use whatever your texture is to your advantage. This is where texture spray, dry shampoo, things like this come in really handy, to kind of finish off the look, lock it in, and give you that volume and finish that you're looking for. And again, I just kind of use a mirror to create some balance, and then I finish off with some hairspray.